Hey everybody, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be a prepper update or duck bag expansion, if you will. The first thing I want to touch on is the mask. Okay, the reason why I touch on the mask is because I got a couple things that were on back order, so I want to demonstrate what I was talking about filters and whatnot too. So you already know the mask. I made a video about the mask. I didn't have anything else with the mask, so I won't go through the mask itself. What I will go through is the particulate filters. So I pre-opened these, but these are the particulate filters we got that was on back order. Just be careful because different manufacturers make their adapters different. So Honeywell might make it different than 3M. So I got a 3M, so I went with 3M filters. Just like the Bayonet female adapter, right, to the Bayonet male adapter. So what you do is that you line it up, right, until you hear it drop, and as soon as it drops, you rotate clockwise, just like that, until you hear a little small click, and then it's secured in there, right? It comes with two of them, or you could just put one and block off the other one, and I'll show you that in a second that I was able to obtain. So to take it out, just rotate counterclockwise and take it out. These ones from 3M, it's particulate filter P100. So depending on your rating, depending on what you want to do, because everything's specific to what that person wants to prep for, wants to do or prepare for, right? So I got the P100 filter, particulate filter. There's three of them. Well, there's a pair in the package, and I got 3 packages, right? I have 3 masks. Right. The next thing I want to show you, which was really good and really interesting that I found, were these adapters. Now, in the video before, I think I jumped ahead a little bit by saying 40mm adapter or thread adapter or whatever. There is no. This one isn't a 40mm thread. This is a bayonet filter or a bayonet connector. These I got on eBay from a seller, right, that makes bayonet filter adapters to 40mm thread adapter or threads. And why I wanted this and needed this is the chemical, biological, radiological, and I believe threat, CBRT if I'm not mistaken. I might be a little bit wrong on that, but it's something along the lines of that. Those are the big filters that you see military using in their gas masks. I have those on order. They're on back order. Everything's on back order right now. And that's why I was holding on to these guys, because I want to demonstrate when the filters came in, but I still don't have all the filters. But anyways, this is the adapter. So what I really like about the manufacturer is it comes in 3 pieces, okay? Which was very surprising when it came in. It comes with the bayonet adapter to 40mm thread connector, comes with a washer, and it comes with a block off plate. And this was really cool. So here's the washer. The washer goes inside to make a flush seal, so nothing gets in or out except what you're breathing. And I'll show you how that works. Right, once again, it goes on to, I want to put this on the left side. Same thing, find the adapter, click, clockwise, close. This block off plate clicks on and blocks off that side. So here, for example, you are ready for a chemical threat, and if shit hits the fan, you're ready to use your defense weapon and able to aim down sight. You see that? So if you're a right-handed shooter, which I am, this is perfect, right? I'm able to still aim down sight and keep myself protected visually and air quality wise, and it could switch, right? They're both made the same way. I'll leave a link in the description below for this manufacturer, and you can go check them out. They're relatively inexpensive. I think I paid 10 to 15 bucks for one. I had to purchase 3 of them, right, for 3 masks, right? So as I said, depending on your scenario, depending on your setup, right, it's good to have it just in case you need it, right? With the old Fable or Favage or whatever you want to call it, It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, right? So that's the whole point of prepping, right? You either have it and not need it, than need it and not have it. So I'm ready for both types. Well, semi-ready because I'm still on the way up, but pretty much ready for that. You know, if particulates or whatever the case may be turn into chemical, then it would be a simple, quick switch of the filter adapters, right? The 40 millimeter ones are still on back order, so I'll make another video when that comes in and I'll demonstrate it right on the mask to show you exactly what I'm talking about. But once again, those things are relatively large. So we're talking filter itself is about, what, 2.5 inches, 3 inches, right? And to have that sticking out on the side, right, you can't aim down sight. And the problem is that typically you'd only get one. You would just use one of them. So which was really good about the manufacturer because they thought of that. You just need one adapter, filter, and a block-off plate. Because then if you only get one and no block-off plate, you're going to have to get two of them, and they're going to be like this, right? It'll be like that. So there's no way that you'll be able to aim down sight or defend yourself properly. So I'll leave a link in the description below for these guys. I'll leave a link in the description below for these guys. These guys, once again, were on back order for, I would say, a good 4 months, maybe 3 months. So you might have trouble getting your hands on them, but it was still worth the wait. I'm still able to demonstrate what we're getting in slowly, right? It's all a, like I said before, a profile, or right, your portfolio. So just updating my portfolio bit by bit. Next we have this box of goodies. I've been slowly putting stuff in to make for the bug out bag or bug in bag, whichever you prefer, whichever you're able to do or carry or whatever. I start with the healthy or medicinal things. You might think, oh, how is this medicinal? Well, these are alcohol. Alcohol disinfects. If you're in a jam and you need something to clean a wound, a cut, you know, a scrape, a bullet wound, whatever the case may be, alcohol, right, does the job very well. It isn't obviously rubbing alcohol, but it's the next best thing if you're in a jam, right? Smeared off vodka, right? It is 40% alcohol. Not only can you use it in a number of different ways, you can use it for antiseptic, you can use it for enjoying a good night, or you can use it as an offensive or defensive, right? I'm pretty sure everybody's heard of Molotov cocktails. Well, this is the way you realistically do it. The alcohol inside is flammable, so you already know where it goes from there. You stuff a rag inside, soak it up a little bit, light the rag, and then launch it, and there you go. So this one you can get it in Canada, the LCBO, relatively inexpensive, right? Depends on where you are, right? It could be more or less. So to give a price, it's like what, 30, 40 bucks, or 25, 30, 35 bucks. This one is actually from South Korea. Actually, my sister-in-law brought this from South Korea, and it acts as the same thing, right? This is 41%. I really don't know what it's called. She told me the name of it, but I forgot. I'm assuming this is the name of it right there, right? So once again, it acts as the same thing. The same principles apply to any type of alcohol, whether it be a good night, whether it be cleansing, or whether it be, you know, offensive/defensive. Always good to have in your cabinet, right? So I'm not sure how much this was, but it's an import, so I don't believe you can get it, but I'm sure you can get something along the lines of that, or this at the LCBO or your local alcohol store, right? It doesn't have to be this. I'm not saying it has to be this one. I'm just saying that it's good to have in your cabinet. Next one, hydrogen peroxide. It's actually something we've been We've been lacking. We should have gotten this a little while ago. A large bottle of hydrogen peroxide. Once again, this is not for drinking. This is for cleaning. So always good to have in the jam. You got to keep these in a cool, dark area, or else it's going to go bad. Okay, I'm going to put these to the side. Next, I have these. These are toe warmers. You could really put them anywhere you want. It doesn't have to be toe warmers. It doesn't have to be put them in a shoe. These you just break open, and then there's a little thing inside. You just kind of rub it together, and then it becomes hot to the touch. So once again, they're multi. You can use them for multi purposes, right? These are good as well too for when you seal something. Without breaking them open, you just kind of throw them into the bag, which you're gonna vacuum seal, if you will. They're like silicate powder or silicate beads. So they're also used for that, and they're also used to keep yourself warm, if that's the case may be. Unfortunately, they don't keep your whole body warm, but if it helps to just get your hands warm or your feet warm, you'll be in a better place. So we got 2 pairs of these because there's 2 of them, so I actually have 4 inside. So the possibilities are really endless when it comes down to things that have multi-purpose to them, right? I'm not sure if I need an explanation for this, but tape. I got the good. But tape, pretty self-explanatory. Endless possibilities, endless uses. Yeah, they're just tape. I don't know what else to say about it. It's always good to have, especially the good type. I got this stuff. It's pretty good. I've used Gorilla Tape all the time, even around the house or even automotive or anything like that, or in the garage or anything like that. It's good. It's good to have. This was on sale, so I picked it up to have a fresh roll just for that. We got a couple of bars of soap. We got these on, I can't remember, it's like a surplus of things, I think. Can't remember how my fiance was able to get a handle on these. She got these. Right, simple. You can get these for a couple of dollars, even cents, depending on what you want to use it for. They're inexpensive, and they're good for just hygiene all around, because when you're out in the bush, we'll put the scenario, when you're out in the bush, right, running water, sanitation, it's all going to go downhill. So this could help you, at least, even if it's at a 10%, you're 10% better. So, and besides too, even if you don't put them in a vacuum bag, they smell good. So it can make your stuff smell good. It's soap, right? So always good to have. Going on the hygiene, right? Small little travel one. Once again, hygiene will go down and out the window if you're out in the bush. So if it helps, even once again 10%, it's 10% in the right direction. I don't really think I need to explain more than just having a good toothpaste. You can get these at your local health stores. Just the travel ones. You can pick up 2 or 3 of them, and here it is for a couple bucks. It's inexpensive, and it's a good thing to have. In my last video a little while ago, I didn't have waterproof matches, so I made sure that, I had a lot of comments saying, like, get on the waterproof matches, your Zippos and stuff like that, and I did. So there's an update. There's a waterproof matches. I kept them in the box. Probably the better that way. I don't have a container for it. I haven't really made one for it, whatnot. But waterproof matches. These are essential, right? Over a lot of this stuff, waterproof matches are key. This is a priority to have when you're out in the bush, and you need to start a fire or whatever the case may be. Fires do a lot of things, right? Just like a multi-purpose, right? It can cook your food, keep you warm, and it can keep predators away, and it brings light at nighttime. So waterproof matches, or just any device to make fire is key. Important, essential, must have. Waterproof matches. My fiance got these from work. I think she burned herself. She works in the kitchen. She burned herself, so they gave her a couple of packages, well, a few packages of these for burns. So it helps relieve pain, cool, smooths for minor burns and scales or scalds. So once again, good to have going into first aid. It's always good to have something to heal different types of wounds. Anything can happen, and this will help. You burn yourself, touch something hot, whatever the case may be. This will help recruit faster or heal faster, which is important. That's what you want to do when you get injured, you get sick, whatever the case may be. You want to get back up on your feet quickly, and I think that's the point. Treating it right away, getting back on your feet, is key for survival, I think, and a lot of people can agree with me on that. So this is going straight into the medic bag. Next, we have a whole bunch of gloves, non-sterile, just good to have gloves all around. Making something, not getting your hands dirty, even inspecting something. These are always good and key to have. Right, so I don't think I need to explain the gloves. We get a lot of gloves in. We have a source that helps us as well too, which gives us, and we pay for some of it as well too for medical things. So that's that. Another one you can pick up, just a generic for the ladies, female hygiene, right? So these are important to have for the ladies. Not a must, but it's always good to have just in case. When it runs out, then you'll have to figure something out then, but it doesn't take up too much space. They're cotton pads, so you can even use different materials if these things run out. Yeah, so just a good to have, but for the females, right, this would be probably on your priority list. And because I have two females here, or two ladies here, then it has to be something to consider, right? You got to think of everybody in the family, anybody in your group, or in your in your situation. So these are, once again, still good to have. Moving on, we got a little gift basket of medical supplies. These medical supplies are I don't know how to say it. They're really good. We got some good tensor bandages here, which are phenomenal. We got a buttload of gloves again, right? And then the container to hold things as well too. Okay. A couple of clean sheets to put down if you have to put stuff on. Right. We got some more cotton bandages right here. We got a few of them here. We got some, once again, cloths or rags, if you will, used for anything and everything, from wrapping to putting down, laying down to make a bed of some sort, to put tools down or whatever. Right. Likewise with these are gauze bandages, right? Different sizes for you to wrap up, either a head wound, arm wound, leg wound, abdominal wound, whatever the case may be. Right? These things are little cotton bandages, if you were, just like these guys. They're just a smaller version of it. Pretty cute. I'll show you what one of them looks like. I opened one. Right? They're just open that up. Right? Cotton bandages. They come in a self-wrapped bag, right? You would typically, I would leave these on, right, and then use it. Leave it in the ball and it absorbs the blood. So a good scenario for these guys would be for your mouth. You get punched in the mouth, you lose a tooth or whatever, you throw one of these bad boys in there to absorb the blood. so you don't be always gagging up blood and or swallowing the blood or whatever. So that's what those are. I got a whole bunch of those, and you can use it for different scenarios, whatever the case may be, right? Your scenario will tell you what you have to do, what like, you need to use. Just because these are might be intended for like a specific thing doesn't mean you have to use it for that intended thing. Whatever your scenario might be, if you don't have this specific thing, you can use something else to help, right? Absorbent pads are absorbent pads, right? They're meant to absorb and stop bleeding, for example. So whatever your scenario may be, and these once again are cleaning rags, right? Bandages to help, almost like the same thing as these, as the same thing as these. They come just like this, right? To clean up, right? They're absorbent, to clean, to wipe, even to put antiseptic, clean down. Whatever your scenario is, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you these have to be used for a specific way. Your scenario will dictate how you use your medical supplies and whatnot too. I just have these as a just in case, right? Once again, you could use them for any scenario you want. Let me just put this guy back in here and make sure everything's nice and neat. And then another bag of gloves. We get gloves, we got quite a bit of gloves, and as you can tell, we have gloves in our bug out bag. We have gloves there. We have gloves in our medical bag. We have more gloves here. We get an absorbent amount of gloves, which is great because gloves are good. It protects you from whatever is out there, right? So if you want to protect your hands, your fingers from getting either blood or germs. Once again, if you're touching and inspecting something, it's always good to have barriers because you need to constantly keep changing them out, right? So, and then this bowl, which I'm not sure what this bowl would be for. I'm assuming it would be for peeing or to put some liquids in there. We're not using it for pee or anything like that, but you could use it, right? And you're out in the bush and you don't want, you know, feces or urine in your campsite. Go in the bowl, go out, you know, dig a hole, you know, a few 100 meters away and huck it out there. I wouldn't suggest this would be practical to take with you. I personally wouldn't take it. This was just to hold and house the stuff, our little care package we received a little while ago. All right. So once again, always good to have stock up and whatnot. And we also got these things. It's a defogger, just to help with like your lenses and whatnot too. This would be pretty good. I would probably throw one of these. You probably wouldn't need it if you needed to clean like your glasses, your masks, right? It would be good to clean it up and give it a coat of defogger so it doesn't fog up on you. Even if you have any type of sights on your rifles, be good not to clean it off, to defog it so it doesn't fog up on you. So that's pretty much everything I have here in this little package. It's quite a bit. I had to collect a couple things. Things were still coming in as I ordered it, right? So I make them as I go, as it comes in or as it goes along. But yeah, the next thing I'm going to show you up is how I go about vacuum sealing things. So how I go and preserve things that are that would go bad. I'm going to show you how to vacuum seal, or which device I have to vacuum seal, which is key on preserving a lot of things that are going to be in storage for a little while that might go bad or will go bad over time. Okay, so unfortunately I don't have too many things to vacuum seal or to put into a vacuum at the moment. I will gather some things as well too as it comes along, and I'll put it together to vacuum seal more things. But for now we're gonna do the soap, that we were talking about. It's just a thin piece of paper. I think one of them has a hole in it already. So we're going to vacuum seal it just to demonstrate how to do it. So what I'm using is a food saver. Okay, I'm using the food saver. This is an older model, right? But very simple to use. Very simple to use. It has a port for smaller accessories. Let me see here. This is the model. Let me read you the model. Model FM 2010-033. As I said, it's an older model, but it works. So this is the point. So how it works, how this one works specifically, is that you have a seal button and you have a vacuum button. Okay, so and there's a lever down here. Open, store, operate. As you can tell, the light went green. So you open it, right? This is your heat element right over here, and it contacts this element right over here. So you got to make sure at least it hangs over just a little bit into this drip tray, little drip tray here, that it at least goes into there, and I'll show you. So depending what you're sealing, depending what you're doing, this one comes in a roll. So this roll you have to cut. Other ones come in pre-manufactured slots, small, medium, and large. I ran out of those, so all I have is a few rolls left. I didn't really like to use a roll because it's a little bit more work than what it's worth, but it still works. So in this case, in this scenario, we only have a bar of soaps. We don't really need a big roll, right? So we're gonna use a small amount. So from here, hopefully you could see this, okay? The bag ends right here, so we're not gonna put it right on it. We're gonna leave it just a little bit above, and I'll show you in reason why, okay? And we'll put it side by side like this. Okay, we'll put it side by side like this. Give it about maybe an inch, inch and a half, right from the bottom, okay? And I'm going to cut about maybe 2 to 3 inches above it, okay? These scissors suck. Alright. These scissors are better. So we're just going to cut, same spot, I'm just going to continue through. Try to make it as straight as you can. Doesn't matter if it's perfect or not. Okay, so now you have, quote unquote, an issue of an open-ended bag. Right, so it's not really going to seal much. So what you're going to do is that you're going to grab one side, right, line up the filament with how far you want it. This is just the sealing, so you don't really need to put it exactly over the trip tray or drip tray, as long as it just lines up. Close it. You go right to operate until the green light is on, just like that. And what you're going to do is you're going to hit seal, the red button. And what that's going to do is going to seal the end of the bag, right? So it's not open, right? It's going to seal it nice, and you'll have a good vacuum. It's going to be done when the light goes off. As soon as the light's off, open that bad boy up. And now, if you want to let it cool, just for a second or two, and there, you have a closed bag now. So now, what you can do, get your soaps, and you can put it in like this, okay? You can go a step further if you really wanted to, and you can cut the bag. You can go a step further and kind of condense this guy like this. Go a step further, cut this, seal that, and vacuum seal it. So we're gonna go do that. It's a little bit of a waste because I don't have a lot, so I'm just gonna have to waste it. But to condense space, right? We'll go ahead and we'll do that. So now, right? You go like this, right? Line it up nice. Make your mark about maybe an inch, 2 inches above, right? I have like a box triangle closed area. So we'll get the side that we cut, we're going to put it back into the sealer here, just like that. Close it up, operate, seal, and this, we're going to seal the other side we made a cut on, right? It'll seal it any which way direction you want. Diagonally, you can make a triangle, it doesn't matter. It'll seal it. Open that bad boys up when this guy's light is off. See? Now it's a bag. See? Let it cool off for a minute or two, or a couple of seconds or so. Throw whatever you want. This is just an example. Throw whatever you want inside. 1, 2. We have a good. I'm going to flip it around just for argument's sake to show you something as well too. Flip it around this way. And the good thing with these bags is that it comes with a little label you can permanent marker it in, so it tells you what it is. So you know, soap, the date is vacuum, right? So anything like that. So because this isn't liquid, it's a solid, it'll be relatively easy to vacuum. I'll bring this in a little bit closer just to show you what it looks like. I'll bring it in just like that. Hopefully that, now back it up just a touch. There we go. So here, remember that element right over here is this element right there. So you got to make sure that it contacts where you want it to seal, right? You put it over the drip tray. If this liquid, this is not liquid, so you're fine. Adjust to make sure everything is square. If you're that picky, right, all you do is you close it up. Okay, so you got to make sure it clears. That's why I said leave a gap, right? Because that gap compensates for this about an inch or two here, right? Because you can't get any closer with your item. To operate and vacuum. And look at it go. Open it up. Now you have a vacuum sealed soap bars. So now you have vacuum sealed soap bars, right? So these will last a little longer than usual. I'm not even sure if soap has an expiration date on it, but now you can rest assured that it'll be dry, contaminant free. It won't go stale or bad. If you don't like the scents or the scent, then it'll keep the scent out or in, and all around it'll keep it dry. So that's the vacuum sealer, and very good device to have, very good to use. It's probably, you know, a prepper's best friend when it comes to things. Once again, this is an older model, so it does the job, right? I'm pretty sure you've seen the other videos with the bullets and whatnot, how they vacuum sealed it. It did an amazing job. I know there are other ones on the market, but right now I don't have. At the time, I think this was on sale, and I think it was just under $100 or something like that, or 80 bucks. So I picked it up, and it's done a lot of vacuum sealing for me. It's given me a lot of peace of mind for a number of different things. So this is always good to have if you're getting into prepping and whatnot. This would probably be one of the better things to invest in up front first, right? Because you're gonna have different things as you go along, and you're gonna need to start sealing them to put them away. If you get stuff first and then you realize, oh shit, it's gonna leak out, it's gonna do this, it's gonna do that, this is what you need. Yeah, as I said, there's different ones, different avenues, different things. But this one works for me in my application, and yeah, hopefully you can pick one up if you don't have one. Right. Once again, it's key to have, very key to have. I can post stuff on different models, a little bit more expensive depending on what your budget is, but this, yeah, I can't emphasize enough how good this is, how life-saving it's been. You can also use it for food if you really wanted to too. If you have meat or whatever, vacuum seal it, throw it in the freezer. It prevents freezer burn. It lasts a lot longer as well too. So once again, multi-purpose, multi-use, right? You got to get your bang for your buck. To get the bang for your buck, you have to see what it does and what it doesn't do, right? This is good for prepping, food preservation, item preservation, smells. It takes, what I mean by smell is that you can't smell through it, you can't smell it. So yeah, so a good piece of investment, key to have. As regards to the bags I find the roll bags are a little bit cumbersome sometimes. As you can tell how much work I've had to go through just to seal 2 bars of soap. They're ones that they come in pre-cut slabs, small, medium, and large. Once again, I ran out of those ones because I've been using those ones more frequently because it's easier, right? Just kind of throw it into the bag, seal it up, vacuum seal it, and away we go. This way it's a little bit more labor intensive, but it still does the same job. You just got to make sure you seal it properly and all the way around for it to actually do its job. So that's it for now for the prepper update. Bug out bag, bug in bag. And hopefully I can get some more videos up for you guys. Unfortunately, everything's on back order and everything's slow and nothing's really functioning. Things are starting to get back to normal, but it's still taking a little bit. So I hope to see you on the next one. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.